Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk about why sometimes when you're driving past fields, only part of it is harvested and part of it is not.
Well, of course there is that rain shower that pops up and you're harvesting and now you have to quit. That could be part of it, but sometimes you see irregular shapes out in the field and you think, what in the world was that farmer up to?
Yep, so one of the things on our farm, for example, we've raised seed beans for many years. So basically, we produce these beans that then get cleaned up and they are raised the following year by farmers for seed. Well, one of the big keys to having great seed quality is we have to harvest at the right moisture. So, as a seed grower, we are almost required to go out and take parts of fields when they get to the right moisture and then go back to those same fields, pull out more beans when they get to the right moisture. It's kind of a pain, but that's just one of the things we deal with as a seed grower.
It's also a little confusing to some because they see, wait a second, there's still a few green stems out there. Why are the farmers taking those beans so early? Normally we see the whole field looking completely brown and dead, but actually for seed beans to get them at the right moisture, sometimes you got to go through when it's still a little bit green out there.
Well, for any farmer though, one of the big keys when we as farmers are harvesting the crop is we want to pull the seed out at the right moisture because then we have less harvest loss, in other words, less falls in the ground. And the other big thing is then we can, in effect, haul more bushels to the grain elevator. So if I have the exact same amount of grain and it's at 13% moisture versus if it's at 8% moisture, well, now I in effect have more bushels. I have more pounds at the 13% moisture. So there are many reasons why we want to get those beans at the right moisture, quite frankly, any crop.
So why would beans be at different moisture levels out in the field, or corn, or any crop for that matter? There's a lot of variance as you go across fields. There's hills, there's valleys, there's lighter soils, lighter sandier soils, there's heavier clays that might have held more water and kept the plant alive a little bit longer. There's just so many different things going on out in the field, and I think every farmer could say, well, yeah, as I drove through with my combine, the moisture went up, the moisture went down all throughout the field. If I really want to get everything at about the same moisture, I've got to pick and choose where I'm harvesting at different times.
So the other two main reasons why we see, at least in our region of the country, crop left out in fields and left out for a long time is either a snow fence or basically food for animals. Now, our dad was not a hunter. We weren't leaving any crop out there for the animals, but there are some people that do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that go on out in fields. So sometimes you'll see a strip or a patch of crop left in the field. Those are a few different reasons why that may happen.
Well, unfortunately, when there is still some crop left out in the field, you might see some weeds out there as well. Could it be our weed of the week? We'll talk about this tough weed coming up later in the show.